Hello everyone, this is Mike217 and I welcome you back to Let's Play Wind Waker. Let's make a stop. I'm actually going to make a stop right here. That's right, I'm going to make a stop on our way to our next destination. Just to kind of, you know, get a little sense of the exploring going on here. Just to kind of show what you can find on the sea. These submarines you're going to be seeing all over the place. And they will all have kill rooms where you have to fight a bunch of enemies. And once you get rid of all the enemies, you will be rewarded. And as far as I know, I don't think any of these lead to heart pieces. I'm gonna have to kind of look into that. From what I remember researching before I started the OP, I'm pretty sure none of these lead to heart pieces, but I could be wrong about that. And it would be funny if I end up finding one in this one. From my recollection of this game, I'm pretty sure that you don't get heart pieces from these. I'm wondering which one it is that you get the empty bottle from, because I know you get an empty bottle from one of these. I just don't know which one. I'm not sure if you can take out the rats too. No, you don't. Okay. Just to appear. Usually a ladder appears that leads you up above. I wonder if you can even get up there. What is this? There's the empty bottle, okay. Well, it's good. To tell the truth, I'm actually pretty happy that I did that at this time, because we're going to need some empty bottles for this next area. I just want to look across here to see if there's anything on the other side of that. Ooh, the telescope is actually going to come in handy? How the hell is this happening? No, there's nothing over there. I was wondering if there's like a chest or something over there. I guess we're done here. Usually you're just gonna get one thing, and a bottle's a pretty big prize, so I wouldn't imagine there being two prizes there. Okay, so now with that little sidetrack out of the way, we can keep going. And this time I'm not gonna get sidetracked anymore. There's a lot that I can get sidetracked by, but you're gonna come across a lot of stuff that I would like to explain, but it's just, you know, considering that there's going to be a lot of time spent on the sea, and it's, you know, this is going to be something that, you know, that I'll oftentimes have trouble coming up with commentary on, just because, you know, you're just going on the sea, going in a straight line and not really doing much. So I'm going to kind of spread out my explanation of what you can find on the sea, because there is a lot to digest with the Great Sea in this game. And as you can see, it's nighttime now. This game has a night and day system, which I really like. And not much is really that different about night and day in this game that I can come up with on the top of my head. But oh well. And here we are at the Forest Haven. This is our destination where we will be ultimately finding our second dungeon and our second pearl. And looks like we're going to be meeting the Great Deku Tree, a familiar name in the Zelda series. Now, from what I've heard a while back when this game was brand new, the Great Deku Tree here, and maybe this is just a rumor, or maybe it's just some random guy on a forum who said this, maybe it's just not even close to correct. But apparently there are some people who theorize, or at least one person that theorized that the Deku Tree here is a grown version of the Deku Shrub that appears in Ocarina of Time after you beat the Forest Temple. So that's kind of an interesting thought. But considering that, you know, spoilers, never mind. Never mind, I'm not going to get into that. At least I think that's spoiler or something, you know. I mean, I don't know why I'm acting like, you know, people haven't played this game, but I don't know. That's just kind of the way I feel like talking right now. So, whatever. Here we have Boko Baba seeds. These are the key collectibles that you get from Boko Babas, these enemies here. I'm probably going to be calling these Deku Babas, so I'm more used to using that term. They're pretty easy to take out. Well, Actually, to tell you the truth, these actually, never mind, these are actually pretty hard because they actually put up quite a bit of a fight compared to other Babas in other Zelda games. Because you see these quite a bit in the Zelda series, mainly in the 3D. I don't think you ever see Deku Babas in the 2D games. I'm pretty sure you don't. So we can continue to make use of our grappling hook. Thankfully this game is not like Twilight Princess and just completely abandons items afterwards. You know, something I never really talked about with Twilight Princess, I'm kind of surprised about that, is just like how important it is to have your dungeon items usable outside the dungeons, and which is why I think it's such a big deal that Twilight Princess does such a bad job of that. Because then, you know, there's some people who say, oh, well, who cares? It's just like a minor detail. But really, it isn't a minor detail. Because when you're exploring an overworld like this, where there's many different places you can access, you know, the items that you get in dungeons are a big part of that, because there'll be a lot of areas that you can't reach at one point in the game, and you will need a certain item in order to get up to that area. Like the hook shot, for instance, is a perfect example of that. So you see like an area that you can't get to, and like, huh, I wonder how I get to that. And then all of a sudden, later in the game, you grab a hook shot in one of the dungeons, and then like, oh wait, now I can get to this area. That's the, you know, that's the charm of having items usable outside the dungeons that you get them in. So that's why that's such a big deal in Twilight Princess. In this game, they do a pretty good job of making use out of your dungeon items after you're done with the dungeon. Okay, so over this way, let's just keep going. I believe we just want to go over to this lily pad here. And here he is, the Great Deku Tree. And it turns out this one is a little bit more alive than the one in Ocarina of Time that was just kind of a still tree that talked. This one actually moved, which I think is kind of cool. Just roll into them and you get rid of all the chews. And as you can see, we can see the other color of choo-choos. There are actually a lot of colors of them. Yeah, well, you'll be seeing a lot of variations of choo-choos. I don't think green ones take or do any more damage than red ones, but they do give out the green chew jellies. Here we go. We got our first one right there. You know, oh wow, I didn't realize we got rid of all of them. Actually, no, there's still one more on them. What the hell? I don't think I've ever had that happen before. That's really strange. You can also, if you're locked on, you can also maybe pull off a parry attack, but obviously it's not. But I think you can do parry attacks on those. I'm not sure actually, but it's definitely not worth it. And yeah, here's more Hylian speak. So the Great Deku Tree is basically the Valoo of this area. He's like the main guardian of it. They're very similar characters in terms of their roles. Alright, I don't know why he can't just kind of shake a little bit and drop the leaf down for me instead of making me climb him, but whatever you say. So here we have these Deku flowers. At least I think that's what they actually call them. But yeah, you can use them to launch out like so. Kind of reminds me of the oops, you don't want to be doing that. Of the flowers in Majora's Mask. Only there's a little bit more that these things can do once you grab that leaf up there. But yeah, just gotta make your way around. Whenever you're unsure about where to go, just kind of like don't point the control stick in any. Ooh, that was close. In any direction. Just kind of go straight up and back into the flowers and look around to make sure you know where you want to go. This can be kind of tricky right here, using your grappling hook, because you're not always sure if you're going to be going straight to it. Looks like I'm straight here. Ooh, I'm always worried about overshooting that. Yeah, just don't mess with the control stick if you want to just kind of stay where you are. Otherwise, just point it fully in the direction you want to go. Ooh, this could be close. I'll try to get through this quickly. Here we go. And right here we get the Deku Leaf. And with this, we're actually about to get something that I wish would be used more in the Zelda games, in the modern ones anyway. For every reason, this is something that's been abandoned from the series, the magic meter. I believe this is the last game to actually use it. Unless well, Minish Cap didn't have it either. Was this really the last game to use a magic meter? That's unbelievable, considering that it was a pretty big stable in this. Well, I don't know though. Now that I think about it, Magic Meter wasn't that big of a staple, but still, I like having it. I think it's a nice thing to have. Some people might think it's unnecessary, but I find it to be useful. It's just, it's cool having magic items. I don't know. But yeah, you can use Deku Leaf to float across the air. As you continue to float, your magic meter will slowly go down, so I mean, that right there doesn't make any sense at all, how floating on a leaf can consume magic power, but whatever, it's a video game, I'm not gonna question it. I don't think we really need to go down to that island over there. We could, but I'm not going to. There's nothing really important over there. I might go down there another time, but I just want to kind of move on. There's another use we can make of the leaf once we get back to land here. We want to go to where this arrow is. Let's go right there. You can also use the Deku Leaf to blow air, like so. You can cut down this grass if we want. And yeah, those kind of wooden things, those are your magic refills. So we just go out this way. And that is the Forbidden Woods. We'll be heading that direction in the next episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. This is Mike from 217 signing out.